Hello friends, Miss Ashley again, and I am back to share some more fun activities for all of you. And this time I want to share with you a very special holiday that I love to celebrate this time of year. Now you might be getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day this week, but next Tuesday, February the 16th, is actually another holiday, and it's called Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday. What does that mean? Have you ever heard of that? Well, you probably have if you live in Louisiana, but it's actually celebrated all over the world. In Italy, they celebrate Carnival and wear beautiful masks. In Brazil and South America, they call it Carnival, and they dress up in fancy costumes with lots of feathers and have dances and parties and parades. And then even the United States, not just in Louisiana, in Alabama, even in Tennessee or in St. Louis, Missouri, they celebrate Mardi Gras. And it's just a time to have a fun celebration and celebrate the time before we get ready for Easter. So today I want to focus on what they do to celebrate in Louisiana, and specifically in New Orleans, one of my favorite places to travel, because that's usually where I am this time of year. But not this year, because things look a little bit different. So for 2 whole weeks, right before actual Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras, they have all kinds of fun activities, and they eat king cake, and they like to dress up with masks and costumes and beads, and there's parades, usually. Lots of parades for people to watch, and even kids sit in these ladders that are on like a it's like a box on top of a ladder, and kids sit and watch the parades from there. And the parades will go by and they'll shout, "Throw me something, mister!" And they might throw out something like this: Mardi Gras beads, or they may throw out stuffed animals or hula hoops or swords or things that light up, all kinds of fun stuff. And here is a little cartoon picture of some of children that are dressed up in masks and hats and funny costumes, and they're at the parades waiting to get something thrown to them. So, most of the Mardi Gras beads that you might see and all the things that I have on today are 3 different colors. They are purple, green, and gold. But why are these the colors of Mardi Gras? Well, a long time ago, there was a king of one of the parades, the King Rex, and he decided what the colors would be and what they would mean. So we have purple, my favorite color. It stands for justice. We have gold, which stands for power. And then we have green, which stands for faith. But what does that mean? Well, justice is kind of like rules or the law, and trying to be fair to everyone, and kind of like knowing right from wrong. So to remember that one, we can do justice like a scale, a balancing scale, knowing right from wrong. And then the gold one is power, so we can show our muscles to remember that one. And then faith is believing in something that you can't see, like God or even the wind. So to remember the colors, we can think of justice, power, and faith, or purple, gold, and green. Justice, power, and faith. But what happens if you don't have any Mardi Gras beads? Can you still celebrate Mardi Gras? Sure you can. I'm going to show you how you can even make your own Mardi Gras beads. They won't look quite like this. They're going to look something like this. And if you get a little hungry while you're making them, you can even eat them because they're made out of cereal. So for this craft, all you need is a thing of Fruit Loop or fruity cereal. I got this one from the dollar store. So this only cost $1 for a bag like this. And what you need to do first is you're gonna dump them all out in a bowl, and you're gonna get to sort them, because we don't need all the colors. We only need, remember, which ones? That's right, we need purple, green, and gold. So I've sorted out all of my purple, green, and yellow ones, and I've got them in this little bag. And so here's one that I've already made for you to see. That's gonna be a bracelet, and all I've used is a pipe cleaner and the Fruit Loops. so you can practice some of your patterns. So you can do this one I did purple, green, gold, purple, green, gold. But this one that I'm going to show you how to do is, I did a little bit differently. I did green, purple, yellow, purple, green, purple, yellow, purple, green. So I'm going to open up my bag and I'm going to put a few more on there just to show you how easy this is. So let's see, next up I need a purple one. Can't go wrong with a craft that you can also eat, right? And then a yellow. And then I'm gonna do another purple. You can do any pattern that you'd like. And there's another green. So you just keep going and keep moving them down. And then you're gonna kind of measure your wrist. And when you get ready to finish, all you have to do is twist it. And then you can kind of tuck in the sides, or if you have to, you can cut them off. And I made mine a bit big because I want to be able to take it off too. So there is your Mardi Gras bracelet that you can make. But you can also make a necklace too. So here's one that I've started, and I used some yarn, but you can use any kind of string that you might have. And then what I did was I actually took one of them and I put it on. It looks like a Cheerio now. But I put it on the end and then I tied a knot. So none of my Fruit Loops would fall off. So then this one I've worked on for a while. It's purple, green, gold, purple, green, gold. And another trick that I want to show you is if you get mom or dad to put some tape on the end of your yarn, it'll be a lot easier to put them through the Fruit Loops. And if you have an old shoelace that you're not using that's long enough to make a necklace, that would be perfect because then it'll already have something like this. So let's see, I'm ready for another purple one. So I've got purple, green, and it's not really gold, it's more yellow, but that's okay. Do you remember what they mean? Purple is justice, that's right. Green is the one that's faith. And gold, or yellow, is the power. So you can go as long as you want. Purple. I'm not going to go quite the whole thing on this one. Purple. That way you can have some leftover ones to eat, right? Green and yellow. And then, of course, you have the other colors that I didn't need in the bag that you can use to eat. So, there's mine. I'm not going to fill it all the way, but you can if you want. So there, I'm just going to tie it at the end. And then that's when you want to get rid of that piece of tape and then the Fruit Loop that you got at the end. You can just cut those off. So there, I've got the knot there. Let me get my scissors. And now I'm just going to chop those pieces off. And there we have a Mardi Gras beaded necklace. Ta-da! Perfect. Now it looks just like the Mardi Gras beads that I got in New Orleans from a parade. Now, something else that I want to talk to you about is when kids in New Orleans find all kinds of beads all over the place, all over the streets after the parades are over. Guess what happens sometimes? Look, I have these broken ones that we can't wear anymore. I have one of each color. But what am I going to do with them? Do I have to just throw them away? Yeah? No, you don't have to throw them away because you can actually do things with these beads. Lots of people make art with them, or you could make picture frames and put them on the sides. But what kids used to do with them is actually to turn them into a little dog, almost like a balloon animal. So I'll show you, let's see, what color should we make? How about my favorite? Let's do a purple one. So this is probably a little bit too hard for you to make, but maybe if you have a bigger brother or sister or your mom and dad, you can make a bead dog too. So I'm going to take, there's the little one, that's going to be his nose. And then I'm going to take 4 more, that'll be his eyes and his ears. And then I twist it twice. So there's his little head. And then I'm going to leave 1 and take 4 more and that will be his front legs. There we go. All right, so there's the front legs. And then I'm gonna leave one for his body and then take 4 more, and that's gonna be his back legs. So now I've got, there's his back legs and his front legs. But now what do I do with the rest? Well, you can decide on a short tail or a long tail. And you just cut it off. So there you have a little bead dog. I've even got one that I've made that's a gold one. That one has a little bit longer tail. But there you go. So if you ever have broken beads from Mardi Gras, then you can make dogs out of them. Or maybe a mom or dad or a friend can make them. So before I go, I'd like to share a story with you, and it's about our little friend, the bead dog. And it's called The Amazing Adventures of Mardi Gras Bead Dog. Isn't that cool? And it'll tell you a little bit more about the bead dog. There he is, purple, green, and gold. Here we go. Deep down in New Orleans around 1965 begins the story of the bead dog and how it came alive. It was a bright Mardi Gras morning in the Faubourg Terme. Little Johnny Jester was ready to go out and play. There he is, all dressed up in Mardi Gras colors. While running down the esplanade, he stumbled upon a log and found a pair of broken beads that he turned into a dog, just like we did. See the beads? There they are, right in the log. He had a grin from ear to ear. He was so elated. Johnny was so happy with this dog that he had just created. Cute. He blazed on down the street, heading for the Rex Parade. He was ready to show his friends the toy that he had made. Johnny took a shortcut through St. Louis number 1. That's one of the cemeteries that's in New Orleans. This was an easy way to shorten up his run. He thought he was all alone. There was no one else around, till he saw Mama Roo, and she was falling to the ground. He caught her just in time as she stumbled in the street. That's when he saw his bead dog had fallen at her feet. Uh-oh. That was nice of him to help her. But is he going to get his dog back? She picked up the tiny dog and thanked him for his deeds, then put some magic juju on his tiny dog of beads. Ooh, what's going to happen? Johnny was in awe. He couldn't believe his eyes. His tiny little bead dog had multiplied in size. Wow. The dog's tail began to wag. Johnny hopped on his pal. He waved to Mama Roo. Then they bounced toward Canal Street. Oh, cool. Now he's going to ride on his dog. Definitely not this size dog. Ooh, look, they found one of the parades. They joined in the big parade, and as they bounced down the street, they spread joy and laughter to everyone they'd meet. Oh, cool. So the band's following them now, and there's lots of beads and music playing and lots of people watching the parades. I hope one day you get to see one of the parades in New Orleans. It's so much fun. Johnny could not believe the events of this carnival day as Bead Dog bounced down Rampart, heading back towards the Treme. He's still riding on his dog. He ran into his house, said goodnight to Mom and Dad, and told them about his bead dog and the fun that they had had. What a fun Mardi Gras day. Johnny said his prayers and hurried off to bed. When he woke Ash Wednesday morning, Bead Dog was by his bed. So Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, is the day before Ash Wednesday. So there's his little bead dog right beside his bed. He thought of the day before. Was it really as it seemed? Did it really happen? Or was it all a dream? What do you think? There was only one thing that Johnny had to say. As long as he had Bead Dog, every day was Carnival Day. Hooray! So he doesn't have to wait until next Mardi Gras. He can celebrate all year long. The end. So there is a picture in the book of a bead dog statue that they have in New Orleans, and I'll actually show you a picture of me with one of them. And there are some different ones they've decorated. One looks like he's riding on a hot dog. One looks like he's ready for football. So here are some of the pictures of the bead dog statues they have in New Orleans. And maybe you can look online. I tried to find one, but you could even try to draw or decorate or make your own bead dog. So that is the story of the New Orleans bead dog. Now, let me see. Do I have a little juju magic in me too? Let me see. So here is my tiny little bead dog. Let me sprinkle some Mardi Gras magic on it and see if it will become a bigger bead dog. Oh, cool. Not quite as big as Johnny's because he was able to ride it, but there it is. A really cool bead dog. So there you go. So now you know a little bit more about Mardi Gras and Carnival, and you know about the colors of the beads, and you can make a bead, or you can see if you can get somebody to make a little bead dog for you. Happy Mardi Gras, everybody! Woo! Bye!